right, so jumping into OTT and CTV with George Costanza over here. OTT and CTV are often used interchangeably, but that's not 100% correct. While they're related, they are different and not 100% the same. So what exactly are they then? OTT, or over-the-top television, is content that's delivered via the internet as opposed to through your typical cable or broadcast provider. And connected TV, on the other hand, or CTV, is a TV or any connected device that has an internet connection and that enables users to access this OTT content through apps. So as you can see, CTV is a subset of OTT, and examples of CTV include things like your smart TVs, gaming consoles that your kids might have, like PlayStation or Xbox, and things like Amazon Fire. So a nice, easy way to remember the difference is that OTT is your method for delivering video content, whereas CTV is the device on which the viewer sees the content. So moving right along, we're going to provide you here with a nice graphic that really helps to simplify the difference. As you can see on the left-hand side of the screen, examples of OTT streaming services or your method include Netflix, Apple TV+, Disney+, and things like that. And on your right-hand side of the screen, you have your CTV devices, or your devices, as it says right there, such as PlayStation, Xbox, or even your smart TV itself. So we thought this was a nice visual to really help clarify the difference, but how they're both related. So now that we know the difference between OTT and CTV, let's take a look at some numbers that quantify their prevalence and why exactly they're important. 27% of cable households have canceled service to become cord cutters in 2021. And as Pete mentioned earlier, these cord cutters and the act of cord cutting is canceling those TV subscriptions for either more satisfactory or cheaper alternative through online streaming. I must admit, my household has been a cord cutter since last year. And interestingly enough, the COVID-19 pandemic has accelerated this trend, which really isn't surprising with the amount of people who are at home. And as you see on the right-hand side of the screen, 140 minutes on average of digital video are consumed by US adults in 2021. So clearly, these numbers really show the important place that OTT has as a digital platform. All right, so reaching your audience. Through OTT, there are lots of strong ways to reach your target audience. You have your demographics, or your age, gender, income, education, and marital status. You have geographics, which is targeting by location, which can be done through zip codes or through geofencing, and psychographics, or the interests that your audience has. And in terms of placing these ads, you have various types of ad placements for creative. There are 6-second video, 15 or 30-second lengths that are available. And the important thing to note here as an advertiser is that regardless of what length you choose to utilize, they're not skippable, which means that the video has to play in completion, which explains why the completion video rate is 98%, which is huge. And on the right side of your screen, you'll see an example from CMC of an ad that ran on OTT. And I'll let this play just for a minute so you can see. Really can be anything, doesn't always need to be extra fancy, as long as you're getting your message in front of your audience. When you are seeing these videos, you've probably recognized that these ads target you in one of 3 locations while you're watching your primary video content. It could be pre-roll, or in other words, before your video content actually plays. It could be mid-roll, or during the video content that you're watching, or it can be post-roll, which is after the video content. So to help get you started, we've gone ahead and provided some of the vendors that we work with for OTT. And of course, on behalf of all of our clients, we maintain these relationships with our vendors, and we also handle the media buys.